Welcome to the Heal, Thrive, Dream podcast, where trauma survivors become healthy thrivers. Each month, we'll feature a theme in the trauma recovery and empowerment field. To promote your recovery, healing, and learning how to build dreams, here's your host, Karen Robinson, transformational coach and therapist.
Welcome to the Heal, Thrive, Dream podcast. My guest today is Stephanie McAuliffe. Stephanie speaks, writes, and teaches on our human condition. She brings awareness to the impact of our internalized trauma, our patterns, and how we heal. She's found incredible transformation in her own journey through healing sexual abuse, and more recently, healed her relationship with God via healing breast cancer. That's pretty powerful. Stephanie, welcome to my podcast.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here with you.
Awesome. I am thrilled to have you. For anyone listening that doesn't know, Stephanie was one of my guest expert speakers on my last summit, Finding Faith After Religious Trauma. And so today we're meeting again to chat with folks. She's here to share part of her story and also to promote it's not exactly a new program. It's the second time she's offering it, but she shared with me offline that it's even better this time around. So that's really cool. So Stephanie, tell me a little bit about how you grew up and what were the types of trauma that you experienced during your young adult life, your young childhood before your young adult life.
I was raised as a good WASP, the trappings of the white middle-class family, where we didn't talk about things, we numbed our feelings, and it was like this bubble got created around us because nobody could see in through the walls of the invisible bubble into what was really happening under our roof. Now, I know you're familiar with ACEs, the Adverse Childhood Experiences. And of the 10 that were in the original Kaiser Permanente CDC survey that was done, I experienced 7 of them. And it is said that if you experience, and everyone experiences trauma, we have bullies, we have things that happen to us. And so there's the little T's and the big T's, and it's not to qualify or judge any of them. And yet, sexual abuse, alcoholism, silencing, emotional abuse, divorce, moving a lot, not feeling like I had any roots were the basis, the foundation that I grew up with.
The 7 says a lot. Yeah, most of my clients tend to be in the 7 and 8 range. And I'm not proud to say, because it's not a test you want a high score on.
Exactly.
Because you don't win anything, but I actually scored a 10 out of 10. And when I found that out, I felt even more traumatized by having such a high score. Did you feel that way when you got your score, or what did it mean for you? Did it validate you in any way?
It did. It was validating in a way of, I'm not as, I'm going to swear, fucked up as I think I am, because there's so many, this is why I feel, part of why I feel the way I do. And it also gave me insight into like why I developed high blood pressure. And it's fascinating to me that the beta blocker I take is also used for trauma. And so it's all connected. And this is when I found the ACEs study years and years ago. I think it was when I actually first started really diving into my own personal journey and of really deciding to heal, because I didn't want to feel the way I felt for so many years anymore. And I started to see how the pieces and parts fit together, and that it wasn't that things happened to me. I decided I wanted to transform the story and get healthy, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, energetically, and spiritually as well. So it was validating in a sense in that, oh, this is where this comes from. now I get to make a choice of how I want to move forward.
Yes. So for those listening, in case you missed it, we're talking about the ACEs. It's ACE. It stands for Adverse Childhood Experiences. And it's a test that you can find online. However, I do recommend that you be mindful of when you take it, where you take it. Make sure you have a support person nearby to talk with in case it throws you for a loop like it did me. And so, Stephanie, before we talk about your healing journey, which is what I love focusing on, because I think that inspires people and gives them hope. Out of the traumas you experience, which one, if you're able, or two really had the most impact on you, would you say?
The silencing of people in the household knew what was happening to me and knew what had happened to me. And the answers were, we don't talk about these things, didn't want to acknowledge it. And so the feelings of abandonment, of I'm living in this household with these people and they're supposed to be my family and protecting me. It's one of the things we grow up with, expecting that our parents will protect us. And yet my parents had divorced when I was 6 or 7. And the people that I was living with, I now see were living in their own trauma and didn't feel safe enough to protect me because they couldn't protect themselves. And yet the whole thing about really feeling like I was living on an island by myself and completely isolated, I think was one of the biggest things, the biggest impact, because when we can't speak about things, when it's not acknowledged, all that energy goes inside.
Yeah.
And we kind of, it's
It
almost like,
festers.
right? It festers. It's like we bury ourselves and we build layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. And it can sometimes get to the point where, personally for me, I shut off all of my feelings.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't safe to feel what was coming up for me. And so I decided I'm going to build a career. I worked on Wall Street for 27 years. It was very successful. And yet, if you asked me how I wanted to feel versus how I felt, which are two very different things, I couldn't answer that question. And yet, when I was rising through the ranks on Wall Street in my corporate job, I thought I had the world in my hands because I was controlling everything around me, which is the old trauma and fear response. So it's fascinating to see now how it all tied together. And yet back then, where I thought, like I said, I was on top of the mountain, I had so little awareness. And so really it was the biggest impact as a child was the lack of acknowledgement. It wasn't, the acts of sexual abuse were traumatic. And I think it was the environment in which I lived was even more traumatic than the actual sexual abuse.
I am not at all surprised, and you are not the first person to say that. It's one thing to go through abuse or trauma or anything that's adversive or hurts us. Then if we don't have a soft place to land afterwards, where we're comforted, nurtured, given permission to use our voice, that is really impactful for us. So thank you for sharing that. I think that will really resonate with our listeners who likely experience something similar.
And it took me a
And
long time to get to this point. Excuse me. Yeah, it's like I didn't have the awareness overnight. It's been through looking at the pieces and parts and healing through and working through those 5 aspects of healing that I've gotten to this point where I can see how, what I call the spider web, and I can see the connections.
yes,
It's a journey.
and awareness is the first step.
It is.
Very
Absolutely.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you decide to do for work after leaving Wall Street?
Well, I left Wall Street a year after my divorce happened, and all of a sudden I was in this space of what do I do with myself? I really I didn't know, because my work and my days were so regimented by going to work and working 14-hour days and coming home and trying to keep my alcoholic husband sober, and all the projects and all the things I created to not pay attention to myself. All of a sudden I had this space of, you've got nothing but you. So I went deep into my own healing journey and then wrote my first book, because I got the download of, you're going to write a book. And so that was The Message in the Bottle: Finding Hope and Peace Amidst the Chaos of Living with an Alcoholic. And I thought my world was going to be helping families of alcoholics. And yet I saw that a lot of them don't think they need help and don't want it, because if I could just get the other person to stop drinking, everything will be perfect. Well, we know that just because we're not drinking doesn't mean we're not still in the isms. And we need probably just as much help as the alcoholic or the addict does. Then I started getting into energy healing, and there was a catalyst moment for me where in New Jersey, where I was living at the time, they had something called GelCon, and it was a combined day of meetings between AA and Al-Anon. And I went to an AA meeting because I had never been to one. And I heard this man tell a story of how when he was a teenager, his father made him do heroin with him, which is horrible. And then I led an ACOA, Adult Children of Alcoholics meeting. And this same man came in and said the same story. And it was then that I realized how attached we are to our stories and how attached I had been to my own. And so it brought a whole new level of healing. And I entered into energy work. I'm now a Holy Fire 3 Karuna Reiki master. I've studied with healers around the world. And I like to say energy healing completed the sentence. Yeah. And that is meant to be a metaphor. It's like I had done the therapy, I had done the 12-step and the journaling and a lot of other work. And now the people that I work with have done that same similar path. There's a lot of great resources that are out there for people just beginning their healing journey. People like you, your group, going to therapy, going to Al-Anon or AA or ACOA is great. There's a lot of great books out there. And yet we can get to a point where we still feel like we're hitting that wall. What do I do now?
Something's missing.
Something is missing. And those are the people that I work with, because now we're going to get into the energy, all the layers that we've buried, and we're going to clear them. And because some of it is inherited trauma, there's a lot of scientific studies out there showing how trauma gets passed down through our mother and father, biological.
Eugenics. Yep.
Yeah. And so people who are like really ready to, all right, I've done all this other work. I'm tired of telling the story. Now let's complete this last part.
Yes. Yes. I know you talk about 5 pillars. I talk about 6 pillars plus, because I think the financial piece, it's not a pillar per se, but financial healing is needed for a lot of survivors. But the energetic pillar is the last pillar I added on to my treatment for myself and the treatment pillars I'm presenting to my community. And it's been so exciting to explore it, because it was something that was not talked about a lot in any of the classes and programs I studied, with the exception of tapping, the EFT programming. I've always loved that. And I tried to figure out, why is this working? And I was like, okay, it's the vibration, it's the rhythm, it's just so interesting how energy works, like how you feel it in different ways, the frequencies. So I love that you have a niche area in this, because I think you're really good at it, is my intuition. We haven't worked together yet. That's my intuition.
It's fascinating. And this is something that I truly honor, these gifts I've been given. Because when I can work with people who think that they're going to be stuck with something for the rest of their lives, and through our work together, we can clear the energetic ties. We can clear the heaviness that they've carried, and they're finally free. It's amazing. And the thing is I think energy work scares people in some ways, and yet an idea is energy. A thought is energy. Everything is energy. And so there are people that misuse it. But there's people that misuse money. There's people that misuse their power. And so it's really connecting with the people that we feel safe with. And sometimes we have to get to the level of safety within ourselves to open ourselves up to this. I know I did. And a lot of my clients do as well. And yet there is something about honoring these gifts and the intuitive, like the visions that I get of, we're clearing sometimes past life energy, the generational trauma that's passed down as well, the layers of things. I worked with someone a few weeks ago, and as soon as we started our session, I heard, I don't deserve this. And so I said to her, what does this mean? And so we connected with the age where it began. We cleared the energy. We created a new belief for her. And so what I do isn't just energy work. It's also practical tools that people can take away with them. Because I think you need both. And you spoke about awareness, and awareness is the beginning of this. If we're just going and we can go have a massage and feel a little bit better. And yet, if we don't know what it is that we're clearing, we're apt to repeat cycles. And if we're just talking about things and not clearing the energy, well, we're still carrying the energy. So again, we're apt to repeat cycles. And so I love the fact that this is an alchemy about the practical and the mystical.
Oh, that's such a nice way to put it.
Yeah. And to finally clear. And the thing is if you don't want to let go of a story, it doesn't matter the gifts that I've been given. It's really all within your power.
Yep.
And
And
you
choices.
and you get to open yourself up to, okay. And sometimes it comes in layers, just like healing. I may be ready to let go of a certain part, but I may still need to express a lot of anger and rage. And then I can get that out.
Timing matters.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. And so it's like, the healing process brings in the 5 layers or areas of grief. And I think there's probably more than 5. And yet healing a situation encompasses the 5 layers of grief, as well as the 5 aspects, like I said, of the physical, mental, emotional, energetic, and spiritual.
Oh, my 6th one is a relational pillar.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's not always my favorite part to work on, but it's also a gift I have. And sometimes I like to use it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, it takes a lot of energy for the provider doing any type of relationship work. Do you ever do energy healing for couples or mother, daughter, father, son, father, daughter, any kind of family stuff, or do you just work with individuals?
I have done work with family because it's very interesting is just like when we go into a job, it is a petri dish of all of our unhealed childhood wounds.
Yes.
And couples are the same thing. And when I was living in Utah, I worked with a husband and wife. And through our work together, we saw it's like, these are the things that she brought, and these are the things that he brought. And they were catalysts for each other. Because we will get in relationship with people to heal our childhood wounds.
Right.
And we can either choose to or choose not to. With my first husband, I chose not to. I felt like, I'm done. I'm out of there. I don't have to deal with this anymore. And yet I married another alcoholic. And I like to say that being married to him, with him, was one of my greatest gifts, because it opened me up to the things that I think I was finally ready to heal. including a lot of the childhood stuff. It opened the door and I chose to step through it. So yes, I do work with couples, not so much kids, because that I would work with adults. But when you get getting into teenagers, I haven't entered that realm yet.
Okay. I like the word yet.
Well, and it would be where the parent and child would both need to be in agreement that they want to heal this. Because my mother sent me to therapy when I was in junior high school, and I sat in the guy's office and I smoked cigarettes because I wanted I wanted nothing to do with it, and he didn't feel
Sure.
supported, and I was being sexually abused by my stepbrother, and here I was sitting in an office with a man.
Yeah.
It was a no on so many levels. And so this is where, even with couples or any two people coming together, need to want to honestly do the work.
Yes.
Yeah.
1,000% agree. Now, for me, I notice it takes more of my personal energy when I do couples or family work. Do you feel that as well, or not so much?
No, not anymore.
Because
I
you
know,
have tricks.
I do. I know how to protect my energy. I know that there are certain practices that I put into place before I even begin a session with people. And I set intent, even when I go to, like, Sunday night, I went to a sound healing. I set the intention that all the energy cleared by everyone transcends up. So it doesn't get attached to anybody. And that all the spaces created be filled with golden healing light. Because nature does not like a vacuum. And I know that the energy that's flowing through me is flowing through me. I am a channel, I'm a catalyst for it. I'm not holding on to it. So there's a number of things that I do so that I'm clear beforehand, and I still clear myself afterwards as well. And I have a nightly practice where I clear my energy field, because we're picking up
That's
energy
beautiful.
all the
All
time.
day long. Yeah. Yeah, I have learned how to clear as this is my 26th year of being a therapist. So I have worked more on clearing it, and I limit on how many I do, because I think it's just a preference thing too. It's not just energetic, because it's hard what I find challenging, and you addressed this already, is, I've got the big Joe and the little Joe. I got the big Lisa and the little Lisa in the room. So it's not two people that I'm working with, it's four.
Yes.
And making sure all four people are getting their needs met and making a healing journey for them. And like you also said, everybody's going to be willing to heal. There's usually one little bugger that's being resistant to healing, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I find challenging.
And I think also that those of us who experience trauma, many of us are empathetic, and we were raised in toxic codependency. Like, if I can make this right, you're going to be okay, and then I'm going to be okay. And so breaking that cycle, that I can offer many, many gifts and many tools to these people, and yet it's them making the choice. So it's not my responsibility.
That's
has
right.
been a mantra that I have been saying for many, many years.
Mm-hmm. And it's a good one. That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We are not in control. We're in charge of other people's change. We offer tools and guidance, and then it's really up to them.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely right. Yeah. So let's transition to your program. It sounds wonderful. Can you tell us the name, how long it is, and what people can expect if they choose to work with you?
Yes. So the second round, or the next round, of the Energy of Boundaries is beginning in late September. It is an 8-week program where new material gets dropped every week. So there's recorded training and PDF sheets, worksheets, as well as once a week, we gather to to review the teaching, to go deeper into some new teaching. There's Q&A, and there's also healing via either a guided meditation, there's energy healing, there's processes. And many of us who experience trauma, well, most of us, first of all, were never taught how to create boundaries.
Right.
And the
Agreed.
ones that we did create were, I'm going to create a hard shell around me so you can't get to me. And yet it blocks us off from the thing that we really want.
Connection.
Exactly. And so this program takes each of the students through their own journey of a specific situation that they choose, and they don't have to choose it from the mind. There's a process that we do, I think it's week 2, to connect with what does your higher self, what does your soul really want you to work on right now? And we go deep into that specific situation to see the spider web of what was created, why it was created, what are the other additional connections, and then heal the energy of it and transform the story. So there is the awareness, there is the energy healing, there's healing on all levels. Because when we're clear of that, and there's a lot of tools as well that people take away with them. So you can go through this process as many times as you want to. And yet it's going deep in one situation so that you can clear it and transform it and be free. Because I like to say that the body only has a finite amount of space. And to bring in what we want, we need to clear out the old of what we've been carrying. So this is a personal transformation journey, soup to nuts, focusing on, what was the energy around some of the boundaries you've created. And then really, when we've healed this old story and we're emanating from the inside out, the old way of creating boundaries isn't necessary anymore. It's an amazing 8 weeks. And I did the work a few weeks ahead of and it's work that I've done. And yet I continue to do the work. And it brought new insights for me as well. So this is where, heal or heal thyself. And I am walking along with the students, and this is an invitation for anyone who wants to really learn how to create healthy and effective boundaries and clear the energy of the old.
It's so beautiful. I think that's amazing.
Thank you.
And do you have a link ready yet for this class?
I do. And for right now, for folks who want to connect with me, yes, I do. And I'll give it to you so it'll be in the show notes.
Awesome.
And people can also connect with me via my website, which is Way of the Diamond Warrior.
Way of the Diamond Warrior.
Yes.
We will also have that link to her website and her show notes, as well as the name of her book, so people can check that out as well. Is there anything else that you want to share before we wrap up?
What's coming through is the importance of forgiveness, and mostly for forgiving ourselves, for trying to make impossible situations work. Forgiveness was so important in my healing journey. And I mean, that could be a whole nother conversation. So I'll leave it at that. But really, it's self-forgiveness for being human.
Yeah. I think that's beautiful. What a way to end it. Self-forgiveness. It sounds like it would be easier than forgiving others, but I'm not so sure that it's easy. So please do the work. Please reach out to Stephanie to see if she can be of service for you. She's beautiful inside and out. I know her from a certification class we're doing together. So highly recommend her. Thank you all for listening today. And thank you, Stephanie, for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening in today. Please join us next week, same day and time. Also, I would love for you to check out my website, healthrivedream.com.